Alrighty, seems like we're live. Well, we'll figure it out. Yes, we are live. I got my notification on my phone. It is good. It's good to go. It's good to go. Give me one second. Oh, I want to see if everything sounds good. Everything is okay. From the test that I was doing, everything was seemed to be fine. But let's see. It's a bit loud, but I think it's better than no sound. That should be that should do the trick. Now it's a little bit too low. But alrighty, let's get started. Alright, welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we're pretty much going to find prospects, what's going on in the market, um, how long houses are taking for them to get sold. So that's what we're pretty much going to be covering today. And if I were to start from the beginning, which it actually feels like I'm doing that right now, kind of sucks, but I understand. Uh, I would do something like this. I would actually just go on Zillow right away and figure things out from there. I'm trying to do a lot of things all at once. I wish the pop up for the chat would appear, but I guess not. So it would have to do. If you guys want to leave a comment or everything that you guys want to ask and stuff like that. But, anyways, all right. Let's wake up a bit. So, yeah. So, if I were, it's not that if I were, I did this from the very beginning. The lights are causing me my eyes a little bit tired, but if I were somebody to start from the beginning, I first started purchased my camera. I was I don't condone anybody to do this because I was lucky enough to recover all the money that I spent, and then some. But I got my first camera from a very very shitty loan that I got because my credit score was pretty bad. So I got it. You know, now what? So I jumped on Zillow, which you can see now here, and this is pretty much what I have done in the past, and it has done wonders for me. So normally what I would do is I would go and research the market. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. So what I would do is research the area. You know, LA as usual is having tons of action. But normally what I would do is look at the newest listings that has been popped up on Zillow and see the quality of photo, what values do they provide for the agent, what type of quality of photo do they have currently, and then go from there, you know. So starting from the top, this was posted 10 hours ago. Let's take a look at this one. Right off the bat, seeing this price cut down, uh, that has been happening a lot recently due to the market just completely halted. Um, yeah, this is a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing because it weeds out all the photographers that do it for a pocket change. And the good thing is that you have a chance to provide more value to agents. So if I were uh, somebody who's actively looking for clients and starting off, I would look at the photos currently what they have, and let's take a look at it. Let me see if you guys can see the full picture because I have a huge screen. So yeah, it does cover it. But yeah. So if you can see here, they got the views. Everything is great. They got aerial shot. It's a bit hazy, you know, so you can offer them a renew or refresh drone shots for them to capitalize of the views that it offers. Like right today is like very sunny, very nice and clear. We got the lobby, we got the actual apartment, which I can tell that they started off with strobes because there's a few flash pops that I can tell that here in the photo, like over here is to like over here to the casting shadow over here. So I know that they provide photos with strobe lights. Is it necessary? Yes and no. I mean, if you're good at it, which this is a decent photo, it could have been blend better. But moving on to this one, you're starting to look at the photos. They blacked out the screen. That way, there's no reflection of it. You can see the outside. I mean, overall, it's a decent photo. They have all the lights on, which is very common. Oh, right here, same thing. They pop flash, and yep, same here. The color cast on that is kind of off, but I mean, they did their best. I understand. There's a lot of. That's why I I wish everybody knew about like just turning off all the lights, then just let natural light come in, um, because that way you don't have these unbalanced color corrections that you have to do in post. Again, strobe light, you know, it's decent, you know, but it's too flashy for me. It looks too uh at the nightclub flash. Yeah, this one too. You lose details like the toilet right here. Some of this reflection. I mean, if they popped the flash, they could have just erased that a little bit. So let's see here. Next photo. Good. Decent balance. Yep. Okay. hmm Yeah. They added on this is actually very good of them. What I would do, I would just do it as an add-on to do a neighborhood um, night shots, nightlife, or lifestyle photo shoot like this. So people can feel more the reason as to why they're. Remember, you're trying to sell the home. You're just not clicking a button and getting things done. So your job is to make sure that the home sells and providing the value as to why why there. Maybe the photographer didn't do this now that I think about it because the photo is really really old and they just relist it. So yeah, probably not their photo, which kind of sucks. I've been through that. That very often agents sell your own photos to another agent. Yeah, so that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, so we're done with this one. Let's move on to other photos. So every now and then, I do love to come in here and see what everybody's doing. What kind of value. Oh my god! And this is one of the things my biggest pet peeves is tilting down the camera and shooting downwards. I really don't get it. It looks everything just looks warped and stressed out because they're using a wide angle lens and everything just kind of seems like very long. So it's not at the very central focal point. Um, yeah, like photos like this, that looks like an agent took it. If I'm being honest, no disrespect. I mean, to each their own. Uh, one good way to troubleshoot this problem where you want to get the floor and the ceiling is to either take multiple shots as like a tilt shift camera, or and then stitch it in Lightroom, and then it can be just one whole photo, or get a tilt shift camera lens. So I mean, the quality of the photos, again, they're using strobe lights to make the furniture pop and the wood floor to be just nice and even, no harsh lights. Um, yeah, so as you can see and tell, a lot of people are doing strobe lights now, especially in properties like this that are seven and above, 7,000 and above. So, yep, this is the W. And again, this is the second property that are doing like a day in the life or lifestyle photo shoot where they capture the whole building, traffic, and what it's like to live there, which gives me an idea to put that as an add-on uh, for properties. And it doesn't have to be that crazy. It would just be, I don't know. I would just range it. Depends, honestly, from $50 to $100. If I'm being honest, to just capture every single little detail, like the plazas, what is the surroundings, grocery stores, schools, whatever the case may be. Uh, I, I would just do it as an add-on, or you can just start doing it right now. Start photographing the neighborhoods of each area and what they provide, and then when you're delivering the photos, you can put those photos included in there with a big watermark so they don't steal it. Um, and then say like, "Hey, look, if you want these photos to just send out from the crowd, then you can go ahead and purchase these photos at 25. Do your market research first in your area. Uh, Here, LA, cost of living is through the roof. It's very difficult. So please do your research and stop watering down your prices to the ground. Uh, not all of you are doing this, but Some of you don't realize it and are bending down to the knees of agents out there who tells you, "Oh, I can get it for cheaper." That's another rant that I have. It's gonna be a lot of rants because I'm quite honest. Like I'm kind of upset about the market right now because look at all these houses, all of these opportunities, and I got turned away for, I don't know, 1% of them just because they said that they found somebody cheaper. And the clientele that I have right now, I mean, they're pretty much on the same boat that I am, that they cannot find any houses or anything. Everything's stopped. And all these houses right here, the reason why I'm doing this is because I can come in and say like, "Hey, your maybe your photos kind of suck or whatever. We can do a redo or a refresh. That way you can brand it better." Because very often what they do is they take it off in the market, they wait a little bit, and then they put it back on to be at the top of the list. So that's one of the tactics that agents do. Um, I'm not 100% accurate about that if that's the reason why, but there's many reasons why they do things like that. So that's why I want to capture everything. This is a lease, probably because it's only $4,000. Let's see here. Mm-mm-mm. But again, this is your standard HDR photos. You know, when agents add on stuff like this, it's because the photographer didn't do it, or they didn't like the photos how they were portrayed. So if you keep in mind these little details, they want to showcase this because they want to show to the public the quality of, or what is the bathroom or the shower is made out of. To them is very important. So again, learning about little details like that will go a long ways as to why agents are doing this. See, this is all the newcomers that are coming into the market and providing their services. They just want to click, 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 15, 20 minutes, and I'm done. Like this YouTuber, I think is Eli. Yeah, this says like you can just speed through everything. You can, but I mean, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And just like how his branding terms and conditions says that some of the things that he says might be for entertainment purposes. So there's a food for thought there. Anyways, moving on. Moving on to this house. So as you can see here, quite a few more shots being added is because probably the photographer didn't do it or he didn't like the angles. So, but overall, good, decent house. So I'm trying to look for a place that they don't have that many. Yep, here it is. So this is LA, standard on a hill, going down or up, like that. Uh, yep, this is your standard LA home. This is funny. See, and if you're an agent, I'm taking photos. I don't understand. Uh, Everybody just takes the photos like this. Let's start taking photos like this because that is a good format to keep. Not vertical because it just doesn't look appealing or it gets cut off while viewing here. Um, yeah, this is a good model home if for anybody out there who would like a, first time free shoot. It's a good way to provide that service to them. Like, hey, can I do a photo shoot, and then you can update your photos on MLS. Sorry, just checking to see that I'm on the right page. But yeah, I would do that if I would call the agent. How do you call the agent, you might ask? It's right here. That's simple. Just give a call or a text. Or you came in and search Julie logo in Google and find out the email. Very easy. This is another example that, virtual twilight with some aerials. They provide one, two, three, four, five aerials. Pretty standard photo shoots. HDR-ish. See, this person is you're doing it the way that I prefer to take photos of, and then that is shutting off all the lights. It doesn't make sense that if all the places have different color lights or don't have lights at all, don't do it at all. So it just becomes much easier for the post editing process to white balance it a little bit better. And I actually love the feel of how it turns out with no lights on. It just gives it a little bit of shadow, a little bit of balance to the photo. Even though they desaturate everything, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like that, but I mean, it's a good start. See, they added a floor plan and a Matterport. And based on the Matterport, it's probably a 360 camera. It's you can tell because of the crackling details. The Matterport Pro 2, it does a great job of covering every single little crack in detail. So this person spent for photos, drone, floor plan, and 3D tour. So very good add-ons, and it's almost $2 million. So that goes to show you that once you get to a price range that is $800 to $900,000 and above, you need to start, you know, offering these services to agents. That way, they get the most out of it, and then you provide more value to the property for them to sell. Let's see how long has been in the market. 11 hours, 108 views, 2 saves. Not bad. Let's move on. See, and what another thing that I love about doing this is the open house section. Uh, if you go to, like, my area is right here in the valley, so if I see a property that says open house, then I know that somebody's going to be there. I can go straight down there and introduce myself, capture some of the photos. If the property is elegant or presentable, for you to build your portfolio. So that's another tip that I will do during these down times that everybody's farming. See, like plots and lands. They got, well, pretty sure the agent took the photos, but they got aerial. So this is another uh, perk. You don't have to focus solely on houses. You can do plot of lands as well and offer them aerial shots of the place. You can even do a little bit of rendering. You can offer this rendering images of 3D images, or a little bit of snippet of a video with animations of the property lines and where it is and what can they build. Let's move on. All I see is gorgeous houses. Um, Good photos overall. So definitely the competition here has been pretty competitive in terms of quality. A lot of people are providing now the same type of quality across the board with some slightly little mistakes, but I mean, they will learn over time. Um, what I mean about the little mistakes that they can fix is knowing how to sell the property. If you can do a storyline of of the place and not just solely focus on getting the angles, one corner, one corner, one corner, one corner, and I'm done. That's it. You're not really providing that much value. You know, you're not creating a sense of why the customer or the consumer chooses that. I mean, viewing the whole place overall is nice, but getting just a little bit of detail shots goes a long ways, and it actually creates a little bit of separation from all the competitors out there. That way, you can say like, I provide more value because I do this type of photo shoots. I include a little bit of detail shots on the photos. You know, it has proven that people like that. So yeah, this is all good. I mean, I've gotten so used to the desaturation bar just all the way to zero to create those whites to pop. Um, but yeah, this is done again with strobe light. I can tell because all the objects it pops. It has a little bit contrast. The plants, there is no light coming in. There's shadows. Um, if you can tell on the chair and the table, there's multiple shadows coming different directions. So that goes. This is the third or fourth property that I seen that they have done strobes or flambient. These little detail shots like that. Getting when you're getting your clientele, it's always best to ask what are the key features you want to present to the public. Trust me, it will relieve you from many headaches out there and get you in the right direction of communicating properly to the client or homeowner. Um, Ask both homeowner and agent which are the best features for them to show off. That way you can capture it and not worried about it once you deliver the photos and they say you didn't get the Tesla outlet or the Tesla charger, blah 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 blah. And now you have to go back all the way down there, which is a pain, just to take one photo, which is a waste of time. So this one I can tell right away. There it is. There is the ones that you can start reaching out to. There's a new shop. There you go. There's a phone number and everything. No issue way, blah blah blah. High ceiling, blah blah blah. You know, if I were to call them, they have one day on Zillow to 80 views and 7 saves. So keep in mind if you call her, uh, she might blow you off because she might say, "I'm doing just fine because I'm getting a lot of action, a lot of calls, blah 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 blah." My rebuttal for that is, well, yes, and good for you, you know, proud of you. But on the other hand, you would like to have high quality photos in order for you to get your next or to show your next listing appointment of the quality and the value that you provide um, for your clientele. As simple as that, I would do just strictly do that right off the bat. Um, It is a nice house, so she might take advantage of that. Another house, uh, I mean, it's done by a photographer. That I know. So if I see properties like this, I've done a video in the past before, um, where I show you a great website that you can virtually stage, and this might be one of them that I would say and come in and say, "Hey, would you like your place to be virtually staged?" It would just give a sense of a visualization of how the consumer can decorate. Oh my god, decorate their home. And my burps. Excuse me. But yeah. So you can do that. You can offer. This is the reason why, like, all this different knowledge, try to learn and try to see what can you do better, because if you're just doing photo shoots for $155 in a foot massage, it's not going to get you anywhere. You have to continually be on top of your game and providing value one way or another. You can do virtually staging, a small video walkthrough with your cell phone. uh, what else you can do with this property? Aerial photos, you know yeah. So little things like that adds on, and then if they bite, they bite. If not, they move on to the next one. As you can tell, in my area, there's hundreds of houses being for sale. So at least 1% can give you business one way or another. Let's see here. But so far, honestly, I can see why, like, my business has dropped. And one is my pricing, of course. But two is because a lot of people are just, there's too many people. Um, Too many kids trying to overtake the market, or they do it for a quick buck. And at the end of the day, they will call me because they will say, like, oh, so and so was my photographer, but now he's not living in the state. Okay. You know, and once I give them the price, they go like, oh, no, 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 no. He did it for $130. So that's going to be a struggle. Um, that's going to be a struggle to just get it back to that rhythm, that mentality of, you're getting what you pay for, type of stuff. But yep, this is pretty much what I would do, honestly. It's another house that it was shot by a cell phone. And don't be alarmed of, wow, this is somewhere. This is actually nearby me. Why is it so cheap? Now I'm looking at prices, home prices for myself. Actually, really good. Da, da, da. Hmm. Yeah, it's very, very nice little home. I love this style. It's gonna sell really quickly. I guarantee that. Um, and then she's probably gonna say, "I don't need photos because I'm getting a lot of action." But it will be a nice little photo shoot to have. Even you can offer them video services. So a property like this, I will leverage the opportunity that they have, and get them to do a video tour with them talking. It's very popular on YouTube, and everybody's trying to mimic that style, um, of presenting the house. So, or you can come to a an agreement with the uh, agent and say like, hey, can I do a photo shoot here with a model and everything like that to present the home. That way you can have a portfolio ready to go on your, you know, arsenal of services that you guys provide. So that's another thing that you guys can do is try to connect, network with the agent and ask them if they're not willing to do the video tour themselves, then you can offer that as well of getting them to get you to photograph the house with no cost or nothing. They get to keep the video if they want to, or but it has to work both ways. So always has to be a purpose. So it's actually a really nice house, cute little backyard too. But yeah, this is all done in cell phone. Why? Because she's probably thinking that I can sell uh my listing quickly by myself, which is nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. Mm-mm. Wow. Very often I like to take notes of mental notes. It would be good for me to write on, but to see how these photographers are treating these places, this is like to the next level. And from the photos, I can tell that it was a very amateur, not too amateurish. I wouldn't put it down like that, but I can tell, yep, amateur. I hate the tilt down photo shoots. Could have been done better, yes. Um, I guarantee you, he or she did this for $300 tops or $500. It was a great opportunity, but in my opinion, it's poorly executed. I mean, I've been doing this for the past 4 years, and yeah, this is all HDR too as well, or a little bit of strobe light, but it's not powerful enough to capture the whole space. But I mean, good opportunity, I guess. I would have taken my time and add more services to keep it for my portfolio. See, little stuff like this, rendering, you can find artists very quickly. Fiverr, even the people who blast you with uh, DMs, emails, and everything like that. Some of them they do this at a very high scale thing, not too cartoonish. So you can offer them like an updated version of what they have. But yeah, drone shots and rendering. This is probably coming from an architect, but if you offer them a much better quality of it, then you can offer that services too. Mm-mm-mm. Let us see here. $3 million home. Let's see what they have. Basic standard HDR, all the lights on. It's a shame, but I get it. Yeah, and I've done this in the past too. I have done houses that would benefit me in the future, and either I was too rushed or didn't see the opportunity there. But very good. I like this style of photo shoots. Yeah, services, 3D tours. Hmm. So this is pretty much the second house that offered 3D. So that goes to show me that 3D is pretty much down because it's expensive for them. I love this type of photography. I love the palette too as well. It's really really nice detail shots. See, if you guys offer that, um, perk to your photography, it will make you stand out from the rest of the photographers out there that does HDR. So you can do detail shots. You provide more value. You take your time. You know, but if you just want to do the 25-minute photo shoots, you're more than welcome to. But you're just gonna look like the rest. Everybody's doing the same thing over and over and over again. Everything is desaturated. There's a lot of competitions, so it's time to take this last month. We're entering in December, and really figure out what can you do better. I mean, once the whole market is going down even more people are just gonna stop doing it, stop pursuing real estate photography. This is where you come in with fresh ideas, new tactics. What can you provide as value to your clientele? Whether it may be rendering, 3D tours, 3D or 360 virtual staging, any little thing that you can add on to your services as to why they would choose you as the photographer. So little things like that, I started integrating this in my photography. It's just the detail shots, and the feedback has been positive. Everybody loves it. Even the homeowner loves it because, and going back with what I said before, is asking what the homeowner likes and what the agent likes about the house. Keep that in your mind when you're shooting, and get a detailed shot of that. That way they can appreciate or of the quality of photo that you deliver to them. And you will see that they will just send you a quick text message saying like, "Oh, this was amazing. You captured it properly." Blah blah blah. So it goes a long ways, and then keeping the relationship with between you and your client. So beautiful, stunning photos. This is probably HDR-ish. They just again going back, the saturation bar down to zero, or the opposite way. It's just completely to make those whites pop and create this natural light coming in, which is it's fine. It's just too white, so there needs to be a balance here. So, well, this is another, you know, and detail shots can be vertical position is completely fine, as long as you capture the objective of your photo. They will understand. So keep that in mind. If you guys really want to provide more value, keep that in mind. Do a vertical shot of anything, detail shot. It's going to be the new thing. Everybody that is in that scale level of editing, and I can tell that they care about the art of real estate. And for a $1.6 million home, I'm glad he or she did that. Now let's look at other properties. And again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to ask me. I'll go ahead and answer any questions right now. While I'm just currently I'm doing research of the whole area, what's been going on, what's my competitor doing that I'm not doing, what kind of services they provide, That way I can integrate it in my photography business and go from there. You know, and if I see a nearby house that I can potentially no, uh, pursue them or call them or whatever, I can go ahead and ring them up, uh, and then offer an updated or refresh photos for them. So that's what I've been doing right now. It's just me in my downtime trying to look what I can do better for my clients. And especially that last house that we saw, that's something that I want to pursue, and I've been doing it recently, and my clients uh, love it. So let's see here. 2 days ago, let's check out this property. No photos. So if you're new to this game, you can go ahead and reach out to them. How do you reach out to them? Right here, listed by Gennaro, phone number, call them, cold call. That's how I started. I started by cold calling agents like this in Zillow, asking them, hey, do you want to update your photos? Now, I did this for the first time that I did this. I recorded myself. There's a YouTube video that I have it on my channel. But um, that was my first ever like cold calling everybody. I think I did like over 70 people until I got one, and I was like, okay, I'm good. Uh, but it was for the video purposes because it was a for free shoot or really low cost of a price. Would I do it for everything, everybody? Yes and no. It just depends on the house. If the house is good looking, offer them for free. If the house needs a little bit of work, like this one, I would charge them a little bit. That way, you get compensation of your work. So choose properly of which house to give out for free for your first time. Don't do this all the time. Because very often what people or photographers do is they get it for free and then they get another opportunity. They water down the prices a little bit more. They get another house, they water the prices down a little bit more. Oh, you got referrals? Oh, he said, she said that you do it for uh, $80 for 40 photos and a foot massage. It's like, okay, you gotta start thinking of ways for you to start getting more money into your business. That we can buy new equipment, uh, new stuff, updated stuff. I don't know, new car. I don't know, but sometimes volume is good to a certain degree until like it just becomes a 9 to 5 job. So this has been a great career for me for the past 4 years. Being the the lifestyle that I have, it's fair, but would I wish to grow to a multi-million dollar business? Not really. That's not my goal. I just do this to provide value to agents because I do care about how they market themselves in the public. So, and it's been going great until up until right now. This is the challenges that is happening right now. A lot of people are doing it. Everybody's looking. Uh, everybody's providing the same quality of photos. So now you got to start thinking of, okay, what can I do better? Especially in Q4, I understand the market is like completely down. Even the my clientele, my pool of clientele are having a hard time finding houses. So now it's time for me to study the market, what's going on, what's happening, what is everybody else is doing. You should do that too. So let's see here. Let's go on, move on. I'm now on page 3. Wow. See, everybody's doing the same thing, same HDR. That's why some of the people that I've clicked on, uh, they either do Flamient style photo shoots or the higher end, the $1.7 million home. That was more of the higher end editing, where they just turn off all the lights, they wind up the walls and everything like that. They take care of their uh, the colors of the wood, they preserve it, and they do detail shots. Let's see here. But yeah, once again, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to ask. While I'm just looking at the Zillow world, what's going on in my market. There's another one here. Let's take a look at this house. It's a fixer upper. Okay. Yeah, this was probably done. I don't like it when agents ask me to do these houses because it's not worth it for me. Um, for me, it's just a waste of resources and everything to do these type of houses. They can just do it with their cell phone. But for somebody who is beginning to dip their toes into real estate photography, this is a great example of a home that you can reach out and say like, "Hey, I can do better," or provide the service of 3D tours for the investors to see how the place really looks like from the inside, and that they can determine whether or not this is the right place for them to fix up. Cold and rainy in Florida. That's crazy. I wish it would rain here. I just came back from Philippines and oh man, it was amazing. I missed the weather, but it's not as humid as Florida. I can tell you that. I can tell you that is wasn't that bad. My skin loved it. Now when I came over here, it's freezing cold, windy as hell, and with sun, but it's cold still, which is weird. So yeah. Good afternoon to you, Tommy. Tommy. But yeah, so it's crazy. And I've been hearing about Florida a lot lately that it's very, very competitive. Uh, my cousin, she's a real estate agent there, and she gets emails, text messages, and calls every day or two, like back to back of people just offering services for $100, Uh, so it's the same thing happening here. That it's just too many people trying to jump into the real estate photography game. But yeah, that is going to be a challenge for right now. But hopefully, all the tips, all the things that I've been talking about, and if you guys want me to go back and say the things that I've said so far, um, let me know. But right now, I'm just cruising, trying to see my competition, what kind of value they're providing for their clientele, and also like checking out the angles that they're doing if it's too uniform right now, which is corner photos, corner photos, corner photos, corner photos. I've been seeing that a lot lately. That is just like a circle of the room, go to the next spot, circle, boom, and then a circle, boom. And it's like, okay, that's boring. We need to change that up. Um, so yeah. So let's see what Tommy says. Yeah, you see, that's exactly what Tommy knows. It's really bad. They offer $130 for 20 photos and a foot massage. Jesus, it is insane. But the storm is gonna wash that all that away. You know, we just gotta hold tight and hopefully the wind just blows them over because it is insane. Now the agents are like in their mind, they're like, okay, I can get it for a lot less if I threaten them that 130 or nothing. No, sorry, but that's why you have to step up your value, providing value to them, where they can say, okay, now it makes sense. But yeah, she knows. Yikes. This is a yikes and a half. I mean, I can see why, but Jesus. So things like this, uh, outside, not bad. It looks great. I would offer them a 3D and a floor plan, or if they have floor plans, and do kind of a virtual remodeling, which is called 3D rendering. Give that to somebody else. Everybody gets emails, texts, and calls or DMs from editors. Ask them if they do 3D rendering and just do one room or two because it's very, very expensive for you to provide for them. But if they're very serious about it, I mean, even for your portfolio would be great. But I mean, the house look. I like this type of houses. I don't know about you guys, but I like this type of houses. It's just very, very, very outdated. 1928. Wow. Let's move on to the next one. I wouldn't bother. It's probably haunted. There's another one. They shot it with their cell phone. Almost to $1 million. So yeah. So if I was up to the game, that's pretty much the type of house that I would pursue. But you get faced with the owners living like this, very cluttered. So you know, yeah. See, toilet seats always down. I remember when I first started, I got yelled at by the agent telling me that I should have fucking know any better, verbatim. Great gal, talking to me like that. But yeah, it's everybody's just doing the same thing over and over again, same angles, same everything. Let's see here. See, there's another 18. Let's see an $18 million home. How they photograph it. Let's see if it's any different that we do. All right, start off. Front of the house. Pretty basic. Twilight. Side. It's a little slanted. It's a little crooked. Probably the tripod didn't go high enough, like the one that I have. It goes really, really high. Or maybe they should have done it with a drone. I don't know. Oh wow, we got what's it called? Spammers. Yay. There it is. All right, so they did aerial photography here. So let's see what they do different. So this is a nice little front of the house detail shot. I love it. Okay, the angle of the camera is way too low for me. I love it that they shut off all the lights though. Uh, yeah, it's kind of bizarre. I would have just done a straight on shot. It would have been a lot better, I think, capturing. But I can tell why. It's because of the door. The door is very reflective, but that's very easy to fix in Photoshop. Another detail shot. I know this is a different focal length, probably a 30 or 24 to 70 millimeter. Again, straight on, like it's too, the horizontals are not, or the horizontals, plain feels too this way. Yeah, but so far, oh my god, it's such a beautiful home. I mean, I understand why he went, or he or she went super low on this, is to capture the skylight and the floor and everything else. Beautiful, beautiful. This is for sure a 24 to 70 millimeter focal length, and you can tell the difference because everything is not warped. It's pretty aligned, pretty standard. I don't know if they use strobe lights. It looked like they did, but it wasn't powerful enough, or they didn't do a lot of brackets with the strobe light. I would have just taken it from one side to the other, taking as many photos. But I understand why. No, it may be part of it natural light, but with this shot right here, you can tell the shadows right here, right here. You can tell the shadows right here. So they probably just do, like I said, they didn't cover all of the house because probably they didn't have a big of a strobe light. But I mean, this is a perfect chance for you to have a strobe light. I reckon, because you can remove all the reflections out of that, and so the stainless steel can pop a little bit more. That's my opinion. Let's see. So far, what I've been seeing is pretty standard stuff. The style of photo shoots that I have done in the past. If it was a $18 million home, I need something that it wows me as a photographer. Of like, wow, they really did this different, and I would have never thought of that. So far, it's pretty mundane and pretty standard. See, they tried it. They tried it again with the strobe lights. This is all natural light. That is for sure. This is all natural light. Um, Different focal length as well. I like the 24 to 70, especially in these big, humongous rooms, because you can cut out a lot of the uh, void, or if it's so. I have problems with big houses and using wide angle, like 16 millimeter or 20 millimeter, is because it's too much for the public to see. They get super distracted. They're like, "Oh my god, there's this! Oh my god, there's that! Oh my god!" So their eyes are like just everywhere, and they don't focus up, and they lose interest by passing 5 photos. But by doing this, you're just highlighting a little glimpse of the place, what can be theirs. So you're actually selling the property, and it kind of gives a serenity feel to it. So that's something that you also need to think about. If it's a huge room, shoot you take the whole real estate, which 90%, 99% of real estate photographers do. They do that. But that's why I'm saying, like, you should have a couple of detail shots and separate yourself from the rest of the photographers out there, because everybody's doing the same thing. So carrying a 24 to 70 millimeter lens uh, might do good for you, or like an 85, like what I use right now. I'm using an 85 millimeter, and then just take it from far away as possible, and then you just get a nice little detail shot of the warmth of the place, like this one with the trees and everything is beautiful. I would have done it a little bit different, but I digress. See, detail shots. I would do something like that actually. That was exactly what I was thinking, just to capture the tree, the nice sunlight coming in through the door, or through the huge doors, You get a little bit of everything. It's just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, gorgeous. See, you don't have to go wide enough to capture the sky, the everything. No, it's just stick to a little small glimpse of what can be theirs for the consumer. That way, it attracts them to go into the open house or book an appointment with the agent. Again, natural light, beautiful place. This is a little bit wider now. We're going a little bit wide. Beautiful. I would have done it this in a different time though, a little bit the sun so it can down because there's a lot of harsh light coming in with the chairs, but nonetheless, it's beautiful. It's just or at least tone it down. It's a bit hot for me, but I love it. I love what this house provides so far. And then going back to the standard real estate photographer, $130 package deal. Yeah, going back to the loss of creativity. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's just like for me, like I noticed that sticking in just one height only of your tripod, except for the outside, can do you good. I like this. This is fine. It's just that I don't like it tilted down. I don't know. It's been a thing of mine. Like something like this, I would do. I would try to cut off the reflections a little bit with my polarizer um, ND filter, just a tad bit. That way you can get off the glares of the floor too as well. But beautiful. There's no assistance of, or not a lot of color. The balance of the photo is it's nice. You don't have the problems of the yellow lights, white lights, plus the natural light coming in is a disaster. So sticking to one light source can be beneficial. In this case, is wonderful. It's a beautiful home. Let's see here. Basic, basic. See, detail shots again. That's good. That's good. Detail shots again. Yeah, beautiful. Detail shot. That's actually a really, really good idea of just getting a detail shot from the drone. I mean, I've done it too, but this is good. I think working on the angles, another detail shot just captures the little pond on the balcony. Yeah, detail shots again. So you see now you're starting to see. Oh, I'm very muted. Why am I muted? Mm, let me double check. Because that would suck. Mm, I think it's you, Tommy. Because I sound pretty loud. But yeah. So again, try to focus on the detail shots. Detail shots is the new thing. That way you can be separated from your competition. Start doing something different in providing value. Detail shots. Yeah, pretty good. It just confirms my plan for next year. 2023 is to do more detail shots. And see, and let's go ahead and compare it to a $800,000 home. Pretty mundane, basic shots. But that's it. You see, so even though it's a $18 million home, don't be shy of doing the same thing in the 700,000 home. This one is that a? Oh my god! I thought it was a model. For some reason, I thought it was a model here. Okay, uh, straight down shots. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I tend to shy away from that, even though it might look good in some cases, like this one. Uh, Composition could be better, but other than that, it will work. So, oh shoot, let me see here. What is wrong? Because let me double check everything. Uh, yeah, the audio seems to be good. Hmm. Let us see here. Sorry, trying to fix the audio right now. Trying to see if it's. No, the audio is still good on me. Hmm. And I didn't have the music on. Well, that sucks. Hopefully, get that resolved because I checked both of the channels that I was at, and the audio is still good. I haven't added the what I was listening to. But yo, let me know if anybody else is having this issue too. Because that sucks. I don't want anybody to miss out on rambling. Tommy, hopefully you guys you can you fix your I don't know, because it's not me. All the levels on my end is pretty good. It's picking up my voice. Everything is good and dandy. Mm, the audio on my phone is good too as well. So I don't know. One thing that caught on is the audio of the music that I was playing. I think it wasn't playing any music. But anyways, let's see here. Let's check out this home. Like I was saying, like straight on shots is pretty hit or miss. Depends on the composition that you guys do. But yeah, pretty basic angle. HDR-ish. Okay, now we're getting the verticals. I like this leading lines, but I think it just stretches out too much the photo. Again, with the lights, asking the agent if you can turn off all the lights as much as possible will be great. That way you don't have differing color balance on each room. So look what's happening here, and then they ask, why isn't it wide enough? Blah blah blah. Well, you can fix that by turning off the lights. Pretty standard. Something like this, where the wood is kind of like fading away, and it's because they're trying to desaturate everything, all the colors, as much as they can. That way, you can just select that floor, color painted, and that's it. With glare like that, I tend to. That's why I carry my ND filter, pop it in, and then reduce the glare or reflections on that. Just the little things that can make you stand out. Pretty basic, pretty standard HDR-ish. It's a nice detail shot. I would just remove the hose. I don't know what happened to this photo, but it looks like crap. But overall, shows that there's a gem. I would have close the door right here, close it shut. That way it's more uniform, and open the blinds over here. Oh my god. Troubleshooting. So I don't know if there's an audio issue. I'm going to end the stream, go back and see what happened. Because everything else, it looks good, it looks fine. But yeah, thank you everybody. And if you guys wanted me to continue to, let's do a community review photos of the competitors out there, then and we can discuss like what we can do better and whatnot, then let me know if this is something that you're interested in, and I'll just continue doing this like 1 hour or two a day and see where it goes. But thank you a lot for anybody who stopped by. Thank you for all the interactions and everything. This is the first few days back here, and hopefully I get into the rhythm of doing this every day. Now that the market is low, I have pretty much no business, so I have a lot of free time. So in the meantime, we can all learn from each other and do everything together. Let's see what we can do better, that we can blow off out of the water all these people. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Hopefully the audio is still good on the VOD. But yeah, see you guys on the next one, maybe tomorrow, possibly